wants to play some Neo Geo? I do. I always want to play some Neo Geo. And that is why we are back with Neo Geo playing Neo Geo games. This is Waku Waku 7, developed by SunSoft for the Neo Geo arcade system, released in 1996, so the same year that the Nintendo 64 launched. We got Waku Waku Waku, sorry, not Waku Waku Waku, Waku Waku 7 in arcades. Look at this intro, it's awesome. So, Waku Waku 7 is a fighting game, as a lot of the great Neo Geo games are, but it's full of style. It's like, unlike a lot of Neo Geo fighting games, it doesn't feature the whole roster of King of Fighters and Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury and all those others. Waku Waku 7 is... the name suggests that it's the 7th in a series, but it's actually named after the 7 main characters in the game. There are actually 9 characters. There's 2 unlockables, but at its base, there are 7 characters, and that's why the game's called Waku Waku 7. So, let's just jump into it. I love the style. It's super colourful, looks like a cartoon. All the characters look really different. They've all got a very different style. It's just the little tutorial thing. That's fine. It's a 4-button game, as we can see here. It's got 2 punches, 2 kicks. I guess it does play similar to a King of Fighters or a Street Fighter. More similar to a King of Fighters, to be honest. But let me just start the game and we'll start playing it. So this is your roster of 7 characters. We've got Rai, we've got Slash, we've got Tessie, Polytanks, Mararun. Look at the design of Mararun, he's so cool. Dandy J and Arena, this rabbit girl, she's ace. But we're going to go with Rai because he's like, well, you should always pick the first character, shouldn't you? Because that's probably the mascot, and his name sounds like Ryu. I was going to say Ryu then. So one of the things that the game features, which oh, look at that little cat. As soon as I start playing, you'll notice the screen like scales in and out all the time. So there's a lot of movement in it, which at first I didn't really like. It made me feel a bit sick, but I actually really like it now. So Rai controls a lot like Terry Bogard from King of Fighters. He's got that exact same that move, whatever it's called. And when I read up about a bit about this game before hitting record, one of the things that the wiki said is that each of the characters is based on a character from another game. So I guess this is the Terry Bogard, but I don't know who the others are. I'd love to know. So if you know, drop me a line, because I think that's fascinating. So you've got to run. You can double tap and run across the screen. You've got your special moves as usual. If you press both punches or both kicks with your special move, you do a more powerful one. So for that, which I tried to pull off and he countered me, so we didn't get to see it. But like an EX move in Street Fighter. I love that the stages change in between the 2 rounds. So you'll notice there that the colouring of the stage changed completely, and that happens on every single stage. God, look at that background art. It's so good. I love the look of this game. His little mate, that's Totoro, isn't it? Totoro? That's what he's blatantly based on. Even got the little kid on his back. Look, when it zooms right out like that, it's got some crazy scaling on it. And they're the kind of visual tricks that something like a Mega Drive couldn't pull off. So yeah, this came out in '96, same year as the N64 launched, and although it's 2D, I mean, we see the detail, we see the colour in it. It's an incredible looking game. Oh, banging its fist on the ground. Right, so it's like sunset now. Button. So that's that move I was trying to pull off before, like the EX. It's like a strong fireball, and that's used up one portion of my meter in the bottom left, which is essentially the super meter from Street Fighter. So you can hit people when they're on the ground as well. That's something that's fairly unique to. So that there, just to totally interrupt myself, every character's got like a super combo move that's similar to a lot of fighting games, and you have to charge it up. So we saw then there's a big warning that Marurun is charging up his super combo and letting it go. It's one of two things that make me really think that this is the Dragon Ball Z of SNK games. That's the fact that you have to charge up your super combo, charge up for 20 minutes. But the other thing is that the plot of the game is that there are these 7 magical balls that if you collect them all, you get your wish granted, which is just the plot of Dragon Ball Z. I'm not a Dragon Ball aficionado, but as far as I know, that is the plot. And I don't know if that's a parody of Dragon Ball or just a rip-off, but I mean, come on. Okay, got Slash here. I wonder why he's called Slash. I'm being flippant. It's his big sword, isn't it? I love that the character design, like every character looks different. It's not a fancy style. It's not a realistic style. You've got Slash, who just looks like some anime elf boy with a big sword. You've got Marurun, who's my neighbour Totoro. Rai looks like he's from Streets of Rage. It's just really varied. Look at those cats in the background. And we're like on the Vegas Strip. Yeah, it's super varied in its style. And I think that's a huge plus point for the game. I mean, it's always bright, it's always colourful. Yeah, but it manages to keep it nice and varied. It certainly doesn't look like King of Fighters. It certainly doesn't look like Street Fighter. Oh, someone with a big dog as well. Yes. Might get. I was just about to say might get a perfect round. He went and ruined it. Right, wins. So let's see the third variant of this stage. I absolutely love that the stages change in between rounds. It's such a cool little novel thing. It's just overall a beautiful game. So I always say this, but as always, I'm playing this on Nintendo Switch. Waku Waku 7 is available in the Neo Geo Arcade Archives selection, which is also available on Xbox One and PS4, and possibly Steam, I think. I don't know. But I've been collecting these on Switch because I like having them on the go, and they cost about £6.50 in British money. I got beat. So that's where I'm playing this. Playing it with a Pro controller, which is, I'm sure I've said before, it's an absolutely wonderful controller that's got an absolutely terrible D-pad. So I'm using the analog stick. I do not want to register my score. Well, I was hoping I could change character. If I didn't continue, I could change character, but that probably required me to continue, didn't it? That Game Over font's the Afterburner font. I'm almost positive that is the Afterburner 2 font. How do I get out of this? No, I don't want to reset the game. Oh, it wanted me to enter my name. That's where I was coming unstuck. Right, let's just try a different character. Who haven't we seen? We haven't seen Tessie. She's pretty cool. And we haven't seen Arena. We haven't seen Polytech. Well, there's a few. Let's try Arena. Tessie's really cool. I would like to fight against her, actually. She's like a robot, like butler, and she's got a move where she sticks you with a what do you call it? A needle, like an injection, a medical needle, and like takes health away from you, and she regenerates, which again is like super novel. Character that can regenerate by like sucking your life force. That's really cool. I like it a lot. I love the sprint in this. You can kind of run across the map, and then your punches, they're almost like a Mortal Kombat punch. They're like you just hammer the punch and you do a really little quick combo. It's weird to say a game like this has got anything similar to Mortal Kombat, but that's instantly what I jump to. So Arena can charge up that fireball. Similar to how Sakura can charge up her fireball in Street Fighter. But Sakura isn't a rabbit girl, so that's something that Arena's got over her. Oh, I love it. Why do I not play more Waku Waku 7? It's really good. I guess one of the big downfalls of it is that you've only got 7 characters, and that's really low. I mean, that's less main characters than the original Street Fighter 2's got. Ignoring Turbo and ignoring Super, just the base Street Fighter 2's got more characters than this. And that is a disadvantage. Because character variety is one thing that keeps fighting games fresh and, you know, gives them replayability. Absolutely love the design of Maruran. So good. Maruran's the character that when I saw the screenshot of Waku Waku 7, I knew that I had to own it. Like someone who just described, yeah, it's an SNK fighting game. There's 5 million of them available on the Switch, but none of them have got Maruran in them. You can see that being able to be hit while you're down there, similar to Virtua Fighter in a way, or something like Tekken, but in Virtua Fighter you can kind of jump and do like a drop attack on the character when they've hit the deck. That really count as a 7-hit combo. When I finish, I feel like I just fired a massive fireball at him. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up because we've started to repeat characters. As I say, Waku Waku 7 available on the Switch, available on the PS4, available on the Xbox One. Available on the Neo Geo, of course, if you've actually got a Neo Geo. I think it's awesome. I think it's dead good, and I'm a bit sad that I've left it this long before we looked at it, because it's super fun. So, fully recommended. Check it out if you're into your fighters, if you're into your Neo Geo games. Yeah, 1,000,000% recommended by me. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. I'll try and drop these every Monday, so if you're interested in hearing my stupid, boring voice talking about more Neo Geo games, I'd love to see you next Monday. And yeah, hopefully see you then. All right, bye.